What's going on, guys? First of all, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hopefully the start to a great decade for all of us. Now, if you're wondering, why is there a laptop in my desk on Christmas Eve? Well, that was kind of a surprise for me as well. But first of all, let's get into what laptop this is. It is a Inspiron 7773, and we're going to be diagnosing what problem is in it. And the reason why I have it on my desk is, like I mentioned in a previous video, a family member got me sick, but it does not end there. They also had a laptop, and since I'm the computer guy of the family, of course, this got thrown into me. Now, let's jump into the video and I'll explain it better while we fix this up. Alright, so I usually start off troubleshooting or diagnosing any problems with laptops or computers in general by doing a disassembly, of course. And the first thing I like to do is get the hard drive out and connecting it to an external hard drive, USB, so that I could extract any information or data even before checking on what the problem with the system is. Now, let's go back into the story a little bit. Like I mentioned, a family member got me a little sick with the flu. You can probably notice my voice is a little rough right now, and it's even a little annoying to talk, a little crispy over here, but it's alright, you know. At the same time, these people sometimes travel thousands of miles just to get over here, get everybody together, and enjoy the holidays. So you gotta take the sweet with the salt sometimes, right? Now, let's move on with the video. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. And the purpose of this video, which was supposed to be a programming video today, I don't usually do these repair videos or even fix anything myself at all, but I figure, you know what, it's the holidays. I want to leave a message to you guys, and at the same time, I wanted to explain why there's not a programming video out, and yeah, this is basically the reason, alright? Now, we're almost done here taking all the screws. You can see there's 12 visible screws in here, but usually with laptops they'll hide some additional screws under these rubber type materials that you can see right over here. Usually there's always some hidden screws in that area, and you should always look for those, right? And you can see that's exactly what I'm gonna go ahead and do right here using a pry tool. Get in there, try not to scratch anything, do it very slowly. Let me actually bring the video back to regular speed. Oh yeah, you can see I'm actually trying to open the plastic case, but I can sense there's some resistance with this Inspiron specifically, which is a big clue also that there is another hidden screw, right? And this is the case that some laptops will have a hidden screw even underneath the keyboard, which was not the case with this laptop. So you can see I'm just proceeding to check under the rubber material. So if you find any type of resistance with the plastic case, it probably means there's a hidden screw, right? Now let me speed it up again a little bit here. And back to the story. So yeah, they got me slightly sick. I feel okay, no headaches, nothing else besides my voice being a little busted, and besides them giving me this busted computer to fix. And yeah, you can sense there's a hidden screw right there. I can see it here from the video. Gonna slow it down again. And basically just wanted to start thinking about positive things for 2020. We're wrapping up the decade. I got this new project going on. I've noticed there's already some new subscribers in the channel. Oh, let me shut up for now because we're doing something important. So using the pry tool, you want to release the plastic cover. And right as I do that, I notice that the system looks fine actually. There's nothing burnt, there's no water damage, which is a good indicator because usually people will drop juice or milk or something and they won't tell you. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this hard drive so that we can at least try to recover any data. The data is always the most important thing, either for a family member or for a customer. You want to go ahead and extract any pictures, any videos, or anything that you believe could be valuable to them prior to any repairs, because sometimes in the middle of a repair you might also damage the files or format the system and erase the files by mistake. That could happen as well. So yeah, the first thing you want to do is save the data. Oh, and by the way, when you're removing the screws, try to keep them aligned in a manner that almost like a blueprint, like so that you can easily remember where each screw is gonna go on the way back. If you have a good memory, you could do without it, but in most cases you should try to line them up the way I'm doing here on the video. And yeah, that's the hard drive. Let me pause this here really quick. So after extracting the hard drive, this is what I usually do. I'll have a USB thingy like this, and you can connect that into a laptop or another system you have and extract all the files, right? If the drive is encrypted, you might have to ask the owner for that password before attempting to extract the data. Now, the funny thing is with this hard drive, as soon as I plugged it in, it started making some crazy beeping sounds. We know that's not a good sign, so as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, we found the problem, we know what's going on. And I usually have plenty spare hard drives. So once I identified the problem and I realized I was not going to be able to extract any data, well, I just went ahead and got a brand new hard drive that I had over here. And you know, it's a family member. I'm probably just going to charge the parts for it anyway. So yeah, let's jump back into the video here. And you can see here, that is the new hard drive I had. And at this point, I just, you know, go back into putting the screws. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Yep, yeah, this is good. And yeah, basically you just wanna make sure all the screws are going back in the correct place. Sometimes a longer screw could damage some part of the system. You don't want that happening. I did have a little issue here where the hard drive I had was slightly thicker than the original hard drive, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes they have custom hard drives, but at the same time the battery and the fan were about the same height of the hard drive. So I was like, well, what's the worst that could happen, right? If it's the same height, it doesn't seem like it's a big issue, right? So I decided to go on and use this hard drive anyway, since it didn't seem like it was gonna, you know, make it so the plastic case wasn't gonna close or something like that. But yeah, let me put the, yeah, at this point you can see I was already closing up the system. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up again. It's just gonna be me locking up the plastic part back and then putting the screws right. You want to make sure you have the glue on the rubber pieces to the laptop so that it doesn't fall off after you put them back. Or if it comes off, you at least want to have some double-sided tape or some specific glue that you can use to put it back in place, right? And besides that, there's not too much to it. You just put the screws back, which is what I'm doing here in this part of the video. And of course, given that I had to install a brand new hard drive, you also have to go ahead and format with the operating system of choice, which for a family member, this one came with Windows 8. And I'll leave one quick tip here for people. If you have a Windows 8 and you want to get a free Windows 10, what I did, just as a little bonus for my family member, I made a USB recovery tool, which you can download from Microsoft's website. And if you, after you install the original Windows that came with the system, which was Windows 8 on this case, you can leave the system offline and run the media tool for Windows 10, and it's going to go ahead, install it, and give you a fresh license. So basically they got a Windows 10 professional activated license for free. Little trick I'll leave for you guys here. A lot of people know about this already if you are always formatting systems like every month or so, but some people also don't know. And yeah, this is basically the whole repair. Just putting back the rubber pieces here, making sure everything is tightly fit on this Inspiron 7773. I also wanted to test out this new format where I do a live recording of of a video. So I wanted to have this template here, so in the future if I'm doing anything with like a Raspberry Pi or any type of hardware stuff, you guys will get to see this same layout for the videos. So I think this is basically wrapping it up here. Yeah, and you can see that the whole laptop is closed off pretty nicely. Basically you want to leave it in the same condition as you got it. So if you look here, you can see that it's tightly fit. You don't want it to have any gaps, even though the hard drive was a little bit thicker. And I think I have one last video here of how the system looked once I finished formatting it, right? So I put the Windows 10 for them, and yeah, with the activated Windows Pro license, tested everything out, installed the drivers, basic programs. That was it. Easy repair. Let's see how happy they are. And just wanted to give you guys, once again, wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and let's bang out this next decade. A lot of good things to come, but I'll see you next time.